God made me. I was actually watching TikTok the other day. While I was on TikTok, how many of y'all be on TikTok? Okay. Few people on TikTok. I was on TikTok the other day, and as I was scrolling through TikTok, it would catch you up and have you watching it for hours. You're laughing and doing stuff. And as I was watching TikTok, Morgan Freeman came up. He was doing an interview. And he was doing an interview about Black history. As they were talking, the interviewer asked him, he said, well, are you excited about Black History Month? He said, no. He said, no, I'm not excited about Black History Month because I'm black more than 1 month in the year. Amen. He said, I'm black in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. He said, I'm black. He said, and then for them to think that they can give us a month and appease us gets on my nerves. He said, do you celebrate White History Month? When is y'all White History Month? He said, we don't have one. He said, oh, you sure don't? Got every month. Then the interviewer said, well, I'm Jewish. Do you have a Jewish month that you celebrate? No. And so he brought up this valid thought about us being so caught up in Black History Month that the only time we celebrate our culture is in a designated time. The only time we celebrate who we are, our accomplishments, and what we've done is in the shortest month of the year. Now, mind you, I love February. February was a good month. Some good stuff happened in February. Who else? Marquise, born in February. Who else born in February? Orlando, Mother Brandt, Sister Lisa. Oh, Leroy. Yeah, all y'all born in February. Y'all done snuck that in. I didn't know you was born in February back. You snuck that one in on me, Bro Cheetah. And so it's a special month, but just to give it to us, say it's ours, it's a slap in the face. Black history is longer than 28 days in February. It is woven into the very existence of what we call the United States of America. You can't talk about the White House without seeing Black history. You can't talk about the Capitol building without seeing Black history. You cannot walk through the District of Columbia without seeing the footprint of our hard work and sacrifice in our Black history. Black history is everywhere you turn. Watch this, from sea to shining sea. When you look at the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you can see the blackness is everywhere in the Bible. Zipporah, Moses' wife, a Cushite woman, was from the Cush area, which is known in Africa. Are you with me? The Shulamite woman was a woman who had dark complexion skin. Her area was near on the coast right there around Africa. Simon of Cyrene, who carried the cross for Jesus, was a black man whose surname was called Simon Niger. Everywhere you turn in biblical writ, there is Bible. There's blackness. The Ethiopian eunuch was a black man. Ethiopians are mentioned about 40 times in the Bible. They are talked about their very dark skin tone. Thought I'd throw a little education out there a little bit. Because we come from a rich heritage. And then when you read the Bible and when you study the Bible, there's one thing that sticks out. The Bible never does call out race. The Bible does not distinguish between black and white and Asian. The Bible talks about skin tones and color. And so therefore, watch this, because I'm about to pull us back in. The Bible is all inclusive. And for one race to try to tell us that the Bible was not for us or about us or catered to us tends to make me believe that they haven't read the same Bible I read. Now let's be honest, there are some Christian organizations that call themselves Christians who teach, preach about separation, teach, preach that we are a generation that is beneath them, that won't even allow their women to associate with us. And here we are on Sunday morning, the most segregated time of the week. How many of us have friends of the other color? How many times have you invited them to your church? How many times have they invited you to their church? Sunday morning, the time of worship, when God's people come together, is one of the most segregated times of the week. When you look at this text, I ain't gonna hold you long. When you look at this text, God made me. You are wonderfully, distinctively, creatively made. Watch this. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body. Amen. God knows about every inch, every stretch mark, every hair, every flaw, every part from your longest hair to your biggest toe. God knows every part of your being. Why? Because he created you. He formed you. He took time to make you, watch this, in his own image. Watch this. So when you see me, you see the Jesus who made me. Because I was made in his image. Now what has happened is we were made in his image, but we changed our lifestyle. Come on, you see, we were made to be a illumination of Christ. Come on now. But what we've done is we have consumed the world's ideology of what we should be. And so therefore, Christ, that is supposed to be the light within us, has been darkened by the world around us. That's why the Bible says, be in the world, but not of the world. Because when you're of the world, people don't see the Christ who rules the world, but they see the world ruling Christians. And what happens is we lose our witness because we said we were Christian, and folk expect to see a Christ-like character, but instead they see a hellraiser. And we parade around church strutting like a pious peacock of righteousness with our feathers fluffed out, thinking we the cat's meow and ain't reached nobody since you walked through the door. Your attitude repels people. Your attitude sends people running. The way you talk to people makes them feel like they're in the wrong place. The way you look at people makes them feel uncomfortable. The way you wave comfortable coming to God's house.
Yeah.
We in the wrong place. Because first of all, let's be clear. Whose house?
God's house.
Oh, I just thought so. Want to make sure we were on the same page. Black history is everywhere. When God made us, he made us in his image. The Bible says he knelt down in the dirt, took clay, formed it, and made it in his image. Watch this. If you've ever seen clay, it's not white. If you've ever seen dirt, it's not white. It has a blend of many colors in it. There's black, there's brown, there's white, there's dark, there's light, there's all kind of colors in there. And when you put it all together, you get what Christ made. Some scholars have said that we are descendants of Ham. Ham was of the dark persuasion. And we are supposed to be descendants of Ham. And what I've learned is that, listen, at the end of the day, whether we are descendants of Ham, Shem, whether we are the descendants of somebody over in Ethiopia or somebody down in Georgia, at the end of the day, if your life is not descending to heaven, you have missed the mark. Don't let color be a holdup for you seeing heaven. Now, mind you, we're living in a day and age where our other brothers and sisters would rather kill you than speak to you. I watched the story of two young boys who hadn't seen each other in a while. They were very young kids. And when they saw each other, they began to run to each other and hug each other. One boy was black. The other boy was white. When they embraced each other, it was, hey, brother, hey, brother. They never saw color. Watch this. Racism is taught. It is something that is taught. All right? It's taught. It is nothing that is born within us. But it's something that we teach to our children. And the tragedy is those who teach it are going to be held accountable to God for their actions. And right now, I declare before you and God that the generational curse that has been started can be broken. God made me. God took his time and he made this delicate inner part of my body. He knit me together, watch this, while I was in my mother's womb. While I was still baking in the oven, if you will. He was putting things together. He was making sure this worked and that was connected. He was putting us together in a place where nobody could see. Come on, I'm going somewhere. He was working on us in a secluded place, in a place down in the bosom, in the heart, in the belly of our mothers. See, nobody could see what was going on. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are some times when God wants to seclude us so he can work on us, so he can make us what he wants us to be. And he's going to put us in a place where nobody can see what's going on. They're not going to be able to see your beginning. But watch this. They're going to be able to see your ending. Because when God gets through with us, and I'm here to tell you, I am a work in progress. He ain't through with me yet. He's still working on me. He's still got some stuff he's perfecting in me. He's still got some stuff he's trying to fix in me. Guess what? I just need to make sure that I'm open and available to him. He knit us. He made us just the way we are. You know, they don't teach about black history in schools. They've changed the curriculum. They've changed what they teach. And it's been going through the Congress, the Senate, about what they are teaching in school. It used to be a day and age when you could walk down a school and see Martin Luther King pictures, Malcolm X pictures, Medgar Evers pictures, Mary McLeod Bethune pictures as you went down the school hallway. These kids now couldn't tell you who Medgar Evers was. The only thing they know about Martin Luther King Jr. is Martin Luther King Jr. And then a Malcolm X. But I bet you they could tell you who Lil Wayne is. Cardi B. 50 Cent. They could tell you who Snoop Dogg is. They can tell you who else. Wiz Khalifa. Who am I missing? Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, y'all know about Megan, don't you? And what? Know about all of that. Who else? Who is NBA Young Boy? His name is NBA Young Boy. Who? Never broke again. Listen. In my day, it was Luther Vandross, Teddy P, James Brown, Marvin Gaye, the OJs, the Temptations, the Marvelettes, the Dales, Aretha Franklin, Martha Rivers and the Vandellas. You're exactly right. The Platters, the Dales. Oh yeah, I said them. Four Tops. Who? The Spinners, that's right. Smokey Robinson. Now you talking about NBA Youngblood. Never broke again. Let him get the wrong manager. He gonna be broke again. Look at TLC. Salt and Pepper. They went from no scrubs to now they scrubbing floors. God made us who we are. And we can't forget where God has brought us from. And what we got to realize is our history, our past, our what we used to be is a part of our today. It amazes me that we get off of Christopher Columbus Day, but we work on MLK Day. It gets me that we'll celebrate a thief and a murderer, but not a humanitarian. Our history is rich and plentiful for us. And here we are. Used to be slaves. But thanks be to God that we are not slaves anymore. Physically. Physically, we're not slaves. But mentally, our minds are still imprisoned. Our minds are enslaved. Y'all know those saying, if you don't want black people to know it, put it in a book. They put it in books, and we haven't learned it. They're called laws. We haven't learned them. And in 1862, on September 2nd, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which set the slave free. But watch this, it didn't go into effect until January 1, 1863. That's why we have watch night service.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when we actually became free. And that's when we were able to worship and thank God for freedom. Here we are celebrating Emancipation Proclamation, and we still had a few months before we were even free. And what we've got to understand is, if we don't know why we're free, how we got free, we will never be free. God made me. He knit me together in my mother's womb. But watch this, the text says, thank you for making me. Listen, I'm here to say it. If James Brown was here, he said, I'm black and I'm proud. God, thank you for making me who I am. Thank you for making me the person that I am. Guess what? I love all my flaws and all. But I'm thankful because God made me. He made me who I am. He made me who I'm going to be. He's making me even right now. Thank you for making me. But watch this. I'm so wonderfully complex.
All right. Yes.
Often imitated. But never duplicated. I'm complex. And what we got to understand is we got to learn to thank God for who he made us. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop trying to live like somebody else. Stop trying to act like somebody else. Stop trying to talk like somebody else. Talk how you talk. Be how you are. Live how you live. Act how you act.
All right.
Because I'm wonderful. I'm complex. And simply put, y'all, I'm country. And I thank God for being country. I grew up walking barefoot on gravel, country. Running through the woods, getting stuck in sticker briar patches and getting mud all over my clothes, falling and scraping my knee and getting up, putting some water from the water hose on it. I'm country. When I was thirsty, we didn't go in the house. We cut that spigot on outside, leaned our head to the side, and got that water. Country. I ate liver pudding, sausage, biscuits, grits, and eggs. I even ate bacon. I liked pig feet, pig ears, pig tail, chitlins, pinto beans, cornbread with crackling in it, collard greens, green beans, sweet bean. I love it because I'm country. And if the macaroni and cheese ain't got that baked macaroni and cheese on top, y'all don't even want it. If you don't take it out the oven, you can tell Kraft, keep it. I don't want nothing in a blue box. I want something in a blue and white box that says Merla's on it. When them noodles get the boiling just right. And don't bring me no box mashed potatoes. You better get them boiled in potatoes. And when they get good and soft, get that mash out. Put a little milk in there. Put a little salt and pepper in there till they get just right. I'm country. And if mama ain't coming out the kitchen with one of those gowns that they used to put on after church, then I don't know if I want to eat. If ain't no flour on there, if ain't no hand stains on there, y'all better keep that. And if she don't cook a little fat back and put some on the side, still hot, so you can eat some biscuit and molasses with that, keep that. God made us who we are. And some people say we eat unhealthy. We had to use what we had to survive. We went outside, found some greens, we put a little salt and pepper on them, little fat back meat, a little lard in them suckers, and we made them good. Because that's what we had. When we got the leftovers from the pig, we seasoned it just right because we knew this right here would carry us over. When they would have a pig slopping or pig killing, everybody in the neighborhood come. It was a party. I don't eat no chitlins. I don't eat pig's feet, pig ears, hog maw. Give me a steak. Give me a baked potato. Give me some fried chicken and pork chop. We fried chicken too. We get that water to boiling. Let it boil outside. That chicken just don't know that his fate is right there in a few minutes. We catch him either wringing by the neck or we stretch his neck out, cut it off, and let him run around till he stops. And that hot water be boiling right there. As soon as we get him, we dip him right down there by the feet and pull him right back up and start to pluck him. God made us who we are. And he allowed us to have enough sense to live off what we got. But now I can't tell Negroes nothing. We got to have air conditioning, heat. Used to be a time it'd be so hot, they tell you heist up the windows so we can cool it off in here. Now it's either I'm too hot, I'm too cold. He's so cold, he keep it so cold in there. Ain't nobody ever happy either you're hot or you're cold. How about just have some salvation and let Jesus warm you up or cool you down? We'll complain about the air or the heat, but won't say where the soul's at. We done got spoiled. Just spoiled rotten. You can't have church unless the instruments are being played. Can't even sing no more unless the instruments are being played. Used to be a time that's all you had was. Boy, that turned church up. You can hear way down the street. But now, I don't know that song. I ain't singing that. And what happens is we have forgotten who we are. God made us, and he made us wonderfully and complex. Watch this. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well do I know it? Shoot. How well do I know it? I told y'all this morning, when I looked at myself in the mirror, I was going to jail. I still had sleep in my eye. When I rolled over, I said, boy, you're fine for no reason. You just fine. As my stomach got to bubbling, still fine. Y'all, that's TMI. Well, yours did it. Yours did it. Got up hungry, ready to eat. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Who got an extra bed at the house? See, when I was growing up, by the time I got up, my grandma had already cooked breakfast. Got breakfast on the table. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Waiting on us. And by the time I got up to go eat, she said, wash your face first, wash your hands, then go eat. While we in there eating, she'd be making up my bed. Or ironing my clothes, getting them ready for Sunday. I didn't have to worry about nothing. I got up, food was ready, clothes was prepped, cleaned and ironed and dressed. I was ready. All I had to do was go take a bath. We didn't take a shower, we had to take a bath. See, we took baths on Sunday, washed up during the week. Come on, don't y'all play. We used to hit the hots. Who know about hitting the hots? Y'all ain't about to use all that hot water. You better go in there sink and hit them hots. Take your butt to bed. Brush your teeth. We ate dinner at a certain time every day. Not whenever we wanted to. When she came to the porch and called your name, bang off. You had to go. And you sit there, go wash your face, go wash your hands, come down and eat. Yes, sir. Now, Y'all kids up. Come on, we got to go. Come downstairs. Don't smell now piece of bacon. Not a grit cooking, not a piece of sausage in the oven, not even toast coming up out the toaster. You lucky if you got some juice in the refrigerator. I ain't saying nothing about you. I ain't saying nothing about you. I ain't saying nothing about you.
All right, come on with it.
Look, Brent, you got me. Sister Emma, you got me? Okay. Let me move on. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. Look at here. God made us unique, and his workmanship cannot be duplicated. He made us unique and special. Even the texture of our hair is different. There was a young girl who there was two friends. One was white, one was black. The young girl was wanting to play in the black girl's hair. Look at y'all already saying, I just want to touch it to see how it feels. And the little girl said, no, don't touch my hair. My hair is my glory. And I don't let anybody just play in my hair and play in my glory. And so she told the girl, you play in your hair. Or get your baby doll and play. The little girl was hurt because all she wanted to do was play in her hair because it was different from hers. And they had the conversation, why is your hair like this? Why is your hair like that? I have to wash my hair every day. Like they said, no, we don't wash our hair every day. Especially if we done got, baby, you know anything about a perm? Like they said, yes, I know about a perm. We get perms. You do? It makes our hair curly. It makes our hair straight. And we got to get down to the roots. Because there's a kitchen in the back. Y'all ever seen a kitchen? And that's when you know it's time to make that change. Get to your hairdresser, she can do it. And our hair is even different. Our texture is different. We were marvelously made. And what we got to understand, we got to embrace who God made us. Then we got our natural sisters. Ain't putting no perm in there. I'm going to let my stuff grow. I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to pick it out. I'm going to comb it. And that, listen, if you can wear it natural, wear it. Amen. But if water hits your head and it draw up, my head, I thank God for razors. My hair, I could get some waves, Brother Cheatham. See, my hair ain't like your hair. He got that good grade of hair. Them Cheatham boys got them good grades of hair. Their hair was laid down. I had what you would call, let me see, well, dang. Now everybody up here bald. Can't use them for no comparison. No, my hair won't grow like that. I had that can't get right hair. I would get 3 or 4 waves in the top. And that's about it. So I end up going, cutting it off. But we're marvelously and wonderfully made. I'm done, y'all. But I got to tell us, while we were marvelously made, we ought to know how good we got it. The text says, how well I know it. You got to be confident enough in yourself that when God made you, he didn't make no junk. God made you unique. God made you wonderful. God was taking his time when he made us. But watch this. While you've been made, you watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. God saw you before you even came out. He knew everything there was to know about you before you even got here. Why wouldn't you trust the God who knew you before you knew you? All the stuff that we're dealing with as a people, God knew was coming. God saw it.
Oh, yeah.
He saw it. But watch this, y'all. He wanted us to see him in it.
All right.
He wants us to see him in it. Can I ask you a question? Do you see Christ in everything? Do you see Christ in everything? Because if you ain't seeing Christ in everything, then you don't know the God of the Bible. He's in the good, he's in the bad, he's in the ugly. But when you see him, he's not going to leave you where you are. And I think some people suffer longer because they don't learn to see him in your suffering. And when you learn to see him in your suffering, that's when God brings you out. He draws you to his marvelous light. And you've got to realize that it's in him that you live, in him that you breathe, in him that you have your very being. It's in him that you will gain knowledge and power. It's in him that you will be successful and blessed. It's in him that your heart will be healed. Listen, God made me. And if God made me, that means God's not going to leave me. I remember we were at the beach, and I'm done. And my children took them to the beach for a summer vacation. And they thought they were old enough to go on their own. So we sat on the dock and called myself watching them. Lost them. They had went somewhere and didn't tell them. They went on down the street. They had been in the water playing and went to rinse themselves off. And apparently that fountain was full, so they went down the beach a little further than what my eyes could see. And I looked for them. I walked to the car. Maybe they went to the car. I looked for them. They were not there. I walked up the strip. They were not there. I went into the bathrooms. They were not there. I began to call their name, and I did not hear their response. I looked for them, and they were not nowhere I could see. And so I started walking down the beach. And as I walked down the street, I saw images that looked just like them. And they were just as smiling and happy, like everything was fine. They did not know I had been searching profusely for them. And I got to the point where I had begun to panic, but I couldn't show somebody else that I was panicking. Because somebody had to maintain composure, but on the inside of me, I was worried, sick. And I said, let me find somebody trying to do something to my children. I'm going to be on the news. All right. And I saw them, they were holding hands, they were laughing. And I said, where did y'all go? But Daddy, it was full there. So we went down because there was an empty shower down there. So we rinsed off down there and we were safe. We held hands and came back. She said, Lee said, I knew where you were when we left. And I knew to come back to the very place I knew you would be. And she said, but Daddy, the same spot. Oh my God, do y'all hear that? Just like children, sometimes along life's journey, we go a different way. We go a little farther than we ought to go. But I'm glad that my daddy is still in the same place. And whenever I need him, no matter how far I've gone down the road, if I can just get back to where my daddy is, if I can just get back to the very one who made me, I know then everything will be all right. And I'm here to tell somebody today, all of us who have strayed a little further than we should have, God is still in the same place. He's still waiting on you and me. He's looking over the dock looking for you. He's looking down the street looking for you. He's waiting on you to come back. He says, I'm here waiting on you with my arms wide open. And he made you so he know you coming back. All right. And whenever you need him, whenever you want him, he's still in the same place. God made me just who I am. God made me who I am. I'm a conqueror. I'm a believer. God made me who I am. So be proud of who you are. Proud of where you come from. Proud of your heritage.